what's going on? This is Daley, and you know I got soul.
I want to start out with your current single, Look Up. You know, we're loving the song. Talk about how it was created, you know, the process of creating it.
Yeah, Look Up is a song I wrote earlier this year, and I actually wrote it with Pharrell, which was a big thing for me because he's someone who I respect a lot and grew up with his music. And yeah, we got the chance to get in studio in LA, and it was funny because, you know, I was a little bit worried about actually, in some ways, about, you know, working with someone who I respected so much, you know, because I didn't want it to kind of turn out like I didn't like the song or something like that. But no, we didn't, you know, at all. It was just like, he's a really humble guy, really talented, and just two musicians making music. So
right.
Yeah, I wrote the song, and it just turned out pretty special.
Cool. Around the same time, you also released Broken. Just kind of, what was the thought process of kind of releasing the singles simultaneously?
Well, Broken was actually released as the single in the UK. So Broken came out as the single in the UK, and then it was like I think it was a month or two after we released Look Up in the States. Right. So just because, you know, there's two slightly different journeys. Broken was right for the UK, and Look Up felt right here. So but it seemed to get love on both sides. So cool.
Give us an update on the progress of your debut album.
The album's done. It's finally 100% finished, which is amazing.
So, you know, since you originally started discussing this Days and Nights album, I know you've been evolving as an artist. You know, how have you seen yourself evolving? How's the project evolved since you first began it?
It's evolved, you know, in a few ways, like sonically and the way I've written songs. Essentially, it's been like a 3-year process, really, getting to this point. So, you know, as a songwriter, I think I've changed a lot and just become a better songwriter, I think. And I just, you know, have a much clearer vision now of what exactly I want it to be. So, and I have for the last, say, year and a half, 2 years. So I'd say it's evolved in that way. You know, it's just I know what I want to achieve with it, and yeah, I'd say that's kind of how it's evolved.
So who have you had a chance to work with on the project?
A lot of amazing people involved in the project. Kind of split it between the US and the UK. The US, as I said, I've done some stuff with Pharrell, Andre Harris of Dre and Pharrell, Ilangelo, who did some stuff with The Weeknd. We had a really good couple of sessions. And then in the UK, I worked a lot with a guy called Bernard Butler. He's like very well known from a band called Suede. And we've done some beautiful pieces for that album, which I'm really happy with.
So you've also been doing some touring now, you know, across the US. How's that been going?
It's great. The US tour has been just so incredible. I've been wanting to come out here and really do a proper tour for a while now, and it was definitely overdue. So yeah, we just booked it all in, came out, and yeah, we've had a lot of sold out shows, and you know, it's been great to finally meet all the audiences and all the people who've been actually supporting my music. Right.
How have you seen your US fan base growing over the years?
Yeah, it's been kind of took on a life of its own, really, because as I say, I'm from the UK, but my music seems to have always travelled quite naturally over to the States. So it's cool to just see gradually people kind of telling their friends. You know, you can see on social media people, you know, telling their friends about it and bringing people into my music and my sound. And yeah, it's really nice to see it grow. It's probably just as strong here as it is in the UK. So it's good.
That's what I was going to ask you next. You know, how would you compare your US fan base versus your UK fan base? Would you say your US fan base has surpassed your UK fan base, or not quite yet?
In terms of numbers?
Yeah, just an overall support, I guess.
Yeah, I think I probably have more supporters in the US, maybe just because it's a bigger place. But I think my fans are kind of the same wherever they are. If they get it, they get it, you know. And my fans all tend to have the same likes, you know, in terms of in music. So, but I would say there's definitely, for the kind of music I make, it's more ingrained in American kind of culture, and you know. So I think it kind of it takes flight here a little easier, whereas in the UK you kind of have to spoon feed people a little bit sometimes with the music I make. So yeah, but it's still good.
There's definitely been an emergence in the UK though of the soul scene, you know, with some artists lately doing some big things. How do they respond to the type of authentic R&B and soul music like you make and like some others are making right now?
In the UK?
Yeah, in the UK.
To be honest, I really don't understand it in the UK because, you know, there's kind of this underlying thing that soul isn't cool or this and that and the other. But there are always soul artists, even like, forever really, you know, involved in at the top of the music. So it's kind of strange, but it's only when it gets recognised in the States that people are like, oh yeah, he's from here, you know.
Yeah.
It's good though.
I remember the first time we interviewed you about a year ago, we asked you if you would ever consider moving to the US because a lot of others in your position, like artists from Canada, some from the UK, have come to the US to really find success. At the time you said no, or a year later, has that changed? Would you consider coming here full time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm actually planning to do that in January, at least for like a chunk of time, just to, you know, because my label are here, and being on this tour has made me, you know, really see how much support I've got from the fans here. So I think it's only fair that I at least give them the same amount of time that I give in the UK.
Right.
You know, so definitely going to come and spend a lot of time here next year.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And then just finally, you know, as a younger artist, you know, I'd probably call you an old soul. You know, a lot of, I mean, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of artists your age, you know, they're making R&B, a certain brand of R&B, but you've got this unique and a very good sound. How important is it for you to maintain that uniqueness and that sound, despite what others are doing?
Yeah, it's important for me to stay honest. You know, I think it's very easy to try and copy what's going on and try and be a part of something, but it just, in my experience, you're never gonna be able to hold up an act that isn't you, that isn't what you do. If you're trying to be part of something else that isn't really what you do, or you know, it's not going to last that long. You're not going to be able to hold up that act. So I just really, it's more about, regardless of sound and style and genre, it's more just about honesty, you know, for me. And I think with the music I make, it's honesty is a big part of it.
Right.
Just give people the thing, you know, the soul that is there.
Definitely feel that in the music.
Yeah, good.
So anything you want to add?
I just thank you very much to everyone in the US who's supported me on the tour, and everyone who's bought the single, and I can't wait to bring the album Days and Nights in January, February. And thank you guys for having me.